Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to do a story time video for you today. Before I start, apologies in advance. I have a very sore throat, and I've just been on and off sick. It sucks. Just this time of year, I have allergies, seasonal allergies, so the pollen's kicking my butt. But it seems like I'm getting one cold after another. Like, one week it's sore throat, next week it's just congestion and all kinds of crap. So just on and off sick. And I know a lot of people are sick across the country and all around the world. I think it's just this time of year because the kids go back to school and kids, especially little kids, they're filthy, dirty people, just little tiny people, and they don't, they pick their nose and scratch their ass and all kinds of stuff and touch each other and bring it home and get mom and dad sick and they bring it to work and they get sick and then you go buy something at the store and the cashier person's sick and whatever. That's how it all spreads. It's just the kids going back to school and people scratching their ass. So don't do that. But anyway, at least don't do that and shake someone's hand. On to the subject material of this video. I want to talk about this guy that's on the loose still. 14 days this nut is walking around the woods playing this game he is. And I'll get into details on this. This is what this video is about because I want to talk about it a little bit. It's a crazy situation. If you don't know, who I'm talking about is Eric Frein, or Frein. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it. I heard a couple different ways, listened to news stories and stuff. And I posted a video not too long, after it happened. The very next day when I heard the news, I made a video basically using it as an example as to why I carry a gun. Crazy stuff happens every single day, but when it happens in your backyard, it kind of hits you harder. It's a little bit more of a reality check as to, craziness is everywhere. And this was literally in my backyard. I live in Pike County where this incident happened. Like I mentioned in the first video, I drive past where he shot up these cops every day for 9 years. The problem with the area is that it's so heavily wooded. My area, Pennsylvania, it's all woods. There's not a single road you can drive for probably, 30 miles that isn't completely woods on both sides. Every single road is heavily wooded. At any point in time, you can jump out of your car, run the woods, and you'd be very, hard to find. Apparently, as every day that goes on with this manhunt, they find out more and more that this person more than likely had planned this for months, if not years. It's so meticulous. Everything he's doing to evade police and military. There's over 1,000 people, 1,000 officers and military personnel, FBI, everyone and their mother out in the woods looking for this guy. And I think at this point it's turned into a game. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in this video. That's what this video is about. An update on the Eric Frein situation. It's been almost exactly 14 days to the hour that I'm filming this. 14 days. If you know the backstory, this is a nationwide story, but you could be in a different country or something watching, or maybe just don't follow the news. What happened was 14 days ago, this nut job pulled up to a police barracks, state police station, and this is right off the highway. So right when you take the exit, it's literally 25 seconds down the road. Heavily wooded on both sides. And he went there during a shift change, which was no mistake. Basically, there was cops in the parking lot that were leaving. They were going home for the night. This was like 10 o'clock at night or so. Cops arriving to work, so they're changing shifts. So great opportunity, right, to shoot him up in the parking lot. I think it'd be a lot harder if he was going to do it inside the building, plus the cameras and stuff. Which, by the way, that right off the bat, the fact that there was a shooting in the parking lot of a police station and there's no footage of it, don't you think that the police station would have some cameras outside in their parking lot? If nothing else at all, it would be on their vehicles. So, like, you can have, let's say this didn't happen. Some other person could have came in the middle of the night when there's just a couple cops on duty, went over to the squad cars and stole them. You know what I mean? There's no security footage. There's no security cameras outside. That's hard to believe. Maybe they just didn't want to, I don't know if they have cameras and didn't want to put that information out there to the public, or if it's just an embarrassment that they didn't have any security cameras on their parking lot. Regardless, he walked up, and how the story goes, how I've read, is that he had some kind of security uniform or something, at least to get him closer to these other officers because he did have a 308 rifle on him. All right, so first of all, that's suspicious. If you're a cop, you're just either getting off of work or going to work, and some random security guard walks up with a rifle. That should put you on guard to begin with. But whatever the situation was, he shot these cops, killed one of them, injured another one, and then took off. So not too long after that, they found his vehicle up the road. It was a Jeep. In the Jeep, they found some shell casings that matched the same caliber, of course, as the caliber of the weapon used to kill these cops, or kill the one cop and injure the other cop. So they linked it to, okay, this was this suspect's vehicle, and they found the guy's driver's license, his social security card, like a hunting license or something, a bunch of gear, some camouflage face paint or something. So they thought, okay, this is definitely our suspect, and now they have their name, and they confirmed. They went to the house. It was apparently his father's vehicle, but he's been driving it for 2 years. And so, all right, we got our guy. This is our guy. But now he's on foot. So day after day, they're trying to find this guy, all right? And you learn more and more about this guy, right? As they're trying to find it, people are digging into his past, his history, what he's all about, talking to his friends and stuff. And what he's all about is war games. He does his biggest hobby and his passion is war reenactments, and more specifically, European war and war history. It's really interesting. I mean, he's a survivalist. He was an Eagle Scout. He is well versed in woods and survival. He's been living out in the wild for 14 days now with over 1,000 cops, 1,000 police, military personnel, FBI agents, everyone and their mothers out in the woods looking for this guy. And they can't find him. 14 days. He's a cop killer. They just released, to basically kill on sight. That's the new update, is if they can positively identify him, they can kill him on sight. Of course, they throw in the little tidbit of if you resist arrest. Let me tell you something. Cop killer, all these people looking at him, he's not going to come out of this situation alive. First of all, I don't think that he has plans to go to jail for the rest of his life. I think that he wants to die death by cop. He's into these war reenactments. It's basically an army of one against an army of 1,000. And he's playing this game and he's winning it because he's well versed in this area. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's very prepared. And I truly believe that that's how it's going to end. It's going to be some kind of battle scene for him. He's living a fantasy. He's living a real war for his life and for survival. And it's messed up. I hope no more people die from this. I fully expect this to end at some point, hearing that he was found and shot and killed on site. When they went to the house, there was two weapons missing. There was an AK-47 variant, and there was a 308 rifle with a scope, hunting rifle. And I think yesterday, the day before, or something like that, they found an AK-47 in the woods and ammo. So they think right now he's just armed with the 308. They don't know. They can't confirm if maybe it was a second AK from somewhere or whatever that he stashed. But what they're thinking right now is that's all he has left is this rifle. But he keeps popping up like a friggin' magician. They're doing this massive, hunt through the woods and everywhere too. I mean, roads. There's a heavy police presence. The whole tri-state area. There's New York cops and people from Jersey and of course Pennsylvania, state police, local police, FBI. Like I said, SWAT teams. I mean, they got everyone on this case. Everyone. They have all kinds of military vehicles that can hoist, SWAT teams way up 30, 40 feet in the air. They're fully loaded. It's a war zone out there. It's crazy. Every time they get some kind of tip, as to where this guy might be, they go to try to find him, and the people in the area are in a police state. I'm watching and reading stories about people who can't go home, people who can't leave their house. I just saw a story of a woman who was by where his parents lived, and there was some kind of shootout or some kind of situation where they thought he was in this abandoned house, and for like 4 days, this lady had to stay inside. They would not let her out of her house. Now, I completely understand that when some stuff's going down, some serious stuff, we have to give up a little bit of our rights, okay? But to be detained like an animal at your house for 4 days, I have such mixed feelings because I understand it from a police perspective. If I was a cop, I don't want some random person walking across the lawn when I'm thinking I'm looking, for a cop killer that might pop out. It's endangering their life. Blah blah blah. I get their side of the story, but as a civilian, it's really hard to accept someone telling you how to live your life in an emergency situation. Okay, I mean, obviously, completely unrelated to this, but Hurricane Katrina came. What's the first thing that the police did? They de-armed everyone. They took all the weapons away. They stored them improperly. I read a whole article from the NRA after that happened. Thousands and thousands of guns, millions of dollars in firearms, stored in garbage pails and all the saltwater damage and stuff. They basically gave the guns back a couple months later, completely rusted out, like ridiculous. But not just, I mean, take away value. Who cares about that? But in the immediate situation, the one time in your life you're going to want to have your gun, the police and the government say, nope, nope, you're a danger to us. You're a danger to yourself. We're going to take that. We're going to go ahead and take that gun you bought for this very situation. Ridiculous. But anyway, I'm not talking about that right now. That's a whole different subject. This guy's a friggin' nut. And he's living out his final days how he wants to in this surreal fantasy war. That's where it is. Like I said, it's a army of one against an army of 1,000 plus, heavily armed, heavily geared up, complete advantage, and they cannot get this guy. He's popping up. They're identifying him at distance, and the second they raise their guns to go to look at, boom, he's gone, like David Copperfield. They think he's living in bear caves. He might have, all kinds of forts. He might be living under the ground in the woods. Who knows what he's got set up out there. This is a prepared man. They found remnants, and they're doing DNA testing to make sure it is from him, but they're very positive it is. They found Serbian cigarettes. Okay, so this guy has these cigarettes from Serbia. You can't even buy them here. So he has these cigarettes that are imported that he likes. He's very much into European lifestyle stuff. Okay, and very, very much vintage stuff. And what else are they finding? They're finding soiled diapers. Okay, that's probably the most prepared piece of evidence. This is the one. If you could tell me one piece of evidence that makes me believe, yeah, that person was ready for this situation, it would be the fact that he's walking around peeing and crapping in a diaper to make sure he doesn't have to sit. First of all, there's two advantages of wearing a diaper when you're running for your life. Number one, you don't have to stop to take a crap. Okay, that's a big advantage. Number two, you can sit in a specific situation. Like if he's friggin' sitting up in a tree, and it takes an hour for people to pass and they don't see him, or whatever the situation is. I mean, he doesn't have to literally make any noise by going to the bathroom, peeing or crapping. The guy's wearing diapers specifically to give him an advantage of being on foot and living in the woods and evading all these people looking for him. Absolutely insane. Very well prepared, very, very intelligent person. All of his friends that were interviewed said that, not only was he extremely intelligent, but he was a very good marksman. He did serve. I don't think they said what branch of the service he was in, and they didn't mention if he was honorably or dishonorably discharged from the Army or whatever branch he was in, like I said. But he did take, obviously he knows military tactics. He was taught in the military to, survive for the most part, to fight, to be in battle, mentally prepare for a situation like this. So he just lives and breathes and fantasizes about war and battle and fighting and surviving and everything else. So there's no better example of someone who's hard to find in the woods. But it's crazy. I mean, it's such a massive manhunt, and it's in my backyard. Now, the whole situation after the first week, it was literally my backyard. But it moved on to more, about 15, 20 miles, they say he walked to where he lives in Monroe County, and where I guess he was living with his parents, and, using their vehicles. The vehicle is registered in his name, but they went to that area, and then supposedly he went home, maybe got supplies, or was staying in one of the abandoned houses by us, whatever. So most of the concentration on looking for him right now is not in my immediate area anymore. It's moved a little bit up the road, let's say, far enough where I'm not as concerned about him popping out. You know, like I said, the first week of this, every time I left my house, I'm looking around. I'm looking in the woods. Every time I'm driving, I'm driving slow. I'm looking in the woods for him. And what complicates this whole situation is there's obviously a huge bounty on his head. He's on America's Most Wanted list right now. I think he's number 2. It's jumped up to a $100,000 reward for any information leading to his arrest or, capture or whatever. So a lot of people are calling in and giving tips, thinking they see him everywhere, and he just looks like an average dopey white guy. He doesn't have any specific look to him, you know what I mean? So he can look like anyone. Some guy in Walmart, some lady, oh my God, there he is, oh my God. And then calling, giving tips. And these police, they're getting so many tips left and right, they don't know what leads to really go to. It's a messed up situation. I really hope he's taken care of soon. Like I said, I would put everything I own on the fact that there will be a shootout somewhere, and he's not going to win it, obviously. But that I feel he has a death wish, and he wants to have some fun before he dies. This is the most creative suicide attempt I've ever seen in my life. It's taken all these cops and military people off of their regular jobs. You know what I mean? It's taking the attention away from regular crime that's going on, everyday stuff. But what I want to talk about a little bit was the police state and excuse me. Just like my experience with what's been happening. When this first happened, literally overnight, like that, my entire area, like on the highway and stuff like that, they put up construction, okay? And it's not construction. They basically split one lane off the highway so all the cops and the military personnel can be stationed there. Now, I'm talking day 3 into this whole situation. I'm driving to my parents' house. They live a little ways from me, so I got to jump on the highway, and I'm seeing squad car after squad car after squad car. I'm literally 40 or 50 different vehicles, big, souped up SUVs, off-road vehicles, completely blacked out, FBI, who knows what. Guys, they're literally sitting. I'm driving on the highway in the one lane. Okay, the slow lane's blocked off with cones. And I'm driving by, I'm looking with Christina. I'm like, Jesus, look at this, Guys, full armor, fully decked out, full camo. Everyone's got their AR variants. Literally, helmets. They got their shields up. They're standing behind the cars. They're all pointing into the woods. They have a bunch of guys walking to the woods trying to flush them out. Excuse me. And it's like a weird feeling. It's a really, really weird feeling. Just seeing this, this is stuff you see in the movies. And then you realize, no, this isn't the movies. These guys are real. That's real ammo. Those are real guns. These guys are ready to go. And I'm driving along thinking this friggin' freak can pop out of the woods any second now and it could be a firefight. And, it's a scary feeling. And you think about stuff like that all the time. What can happen, this, that, and the other thing. When it actually happens, like when the Boston bombings were going down and they were looking for those, crazies, whatever you want to call them. The people that were told, stay in your home, you can't leave. When they were doing random searches in people's houses, that's scary. You lose all of your rights as a human being, for the better of the state. And it's not right. I don't know a good solution. I don't know I completely understand that the police and the military, they have to do their job appropriately. But where's the line? Where's the line of, like, hey, I'm in my house right now, right? Let's say this douche runs across my lawn and here comes a fleet of cops chasing after him, They're busting down my door, looking in all my rooms. I don't have a say. I can't say, no, you can't. They get full rights, whatever it takes to capture that guy. Screw my rights. You know what I mean? Screw how I feel. And it's a weird situation because I don't have a solution for them to do their job, correctly and efficiently without invading people's rights, Oh. Of course, I don't want anyone's rights to be invaded, but I do want those people to capture those morons and those crazy people who are threatening everyone, endangering everyone's lives. It's just weird. It was weird seeing it, you know? Of course, I'm a gear geek, so I'm going slow, going, telling Christina everything, and she's pointing stuff out. Oh, he's got a Glock 19, or Glock 23, whatever. That guy, oh, look at that AR. So I really wanted to stop and take some pictures of it and stuff. You can get some really, I could have some fantastic photos of just remembering this crazy moment in my history. This will always be with us, It's a big deal, big story, but it's a weird feeling knowing, just really having that fear of anything can happen. Anything can happen anytime, but it's kind of a reminder that yeah, anything really could happen. And recently, just like I said, everywhere I'm driving, I got thick woods. Even on the highways, the median on the highway is still woods. You know what I mean? It's woods everywhere. This guy could be anywhere. The fact that he hiked through terrain for 15 or 20 miles through thick woods, and it's not little, a little tree here, a little tree there with a nice trail between it and a little bridge over the creek. It's not like that. It's thick, dense, heavy woods here. Lots of hills, lots of mountains. So the physical part of it just alone is mind-boggling. I'd have to say that, he seems smart enough where he might have hiked this route before in preparation for this whole thing. Maybe he hiked it a couple times. He'd have to be smart enough to do that to make sure he wasn't going to run into any kind of problems, and that he wasn't going to run into a situation where he gets backed into a corner. Insane. Absolutely insane. Still following the story, And of course, the news is the news. It's a big deal. And then they didn't find him. 14 days, cop killer, fugitive on the loose in the woods. And then the news just shows other stories too, because obviously you can't stick on one thing. There's no updates. There's nothing going on. They're trying to find the guy. They can't. What are you going to talk about? You know what I mean? They dug into his past. They're showing pictures of him and stuff. Part of me, a very small part of me thinks that, what if this guy gets away with this? What if he just disappears and that's it? Story, case goes cold. The efforts, they can't keep dumping money into this for months on end. At some point, if they can't find him, they can't find him. They just kind of keep the guy's face all over the place and hope for the best. But I don't think it's that. I really, the most of me, the majority of my thought is that there'll be some kind of a shootout. I don't think he's going to be crazy enough to go into a store or a public area to start shooting people. I don't think he's that. He's not going to be like a public. I really personally don't feel he wants to harm average citizens. I think he really has this extreme hatred towards police and military, and that's who his targets are. I think that if someone, a civilian, gets in his way, he might not have a problem, offing them, but I don't think that's his target. So I don't know if the general public is in as danger than they make it out to be. But hey, someone who does that, you got balls to walk up to a police station and shoot a couple cops and try to get away with it, and he's still getting away with it 14 days later, living in the woods, crapping in a diaper, smoking foreign cigarettes, just hanging out. So someone like that, there is no predictable. There is no, I think he'll do this. He can do anything. He's a nut job. He's crazy, and it's scary. It's a scary state to live in right now. It's a scary situation. So I'm conscious of my surroundings, and I'm very much always on the lookout to make sure nothing weird's going on. It's just weird. I want to talk about it a little bit, give the story to anyone who didn't hear it. Hopefully they find him. It's anything can happen. So it's kind of up in the air for now. I'll leave you with that. I can keep talking about it a little bit more, but I'll probably end up talking in circles. I kind of said everything I needed to say. Just want to kind of get off my chest, and I've been talking to Christina about it a lot. We're kind of distracted because this has been going on, but we're on and off sick all the time. Been so busy, so much stuff going on. I'm going to start doing some new videos soon with hopefully some new camera equipment and some lighting. That's the biggest thing. I was talking to a lot of people, some professional photographers and stuff, and I was trying to, what camera should I get and all that. I'll talk about this more in the future and all that, but I ended up going with a nice DSLR because it'll give me the capability of filming in 1080p, but also for actual pictures. I want to make more professional thumbnails, for my videos, and a lot of close-up work and stuff like that. But and more specifically, I got a Nikon D3300, and I'm extremely happy with it. Very, very happy with it. So now it's kind of open for ideas for lenses and stuff. I want maybe a dedicated macro lens for it. There's sky's the limit with lenses for these cameras. So if you happen to have lenses that fit this camera, I might be open to trade ideas. So just throwing that out there because I got a couple knives and stuff that I love and some other gear, but I would love some more equipment to go with this camera. But anyway, more importantly, even better than the camera, is that I got some lighting, some professional lighting. And this is going to make the world of a difference. All right. And like what I was getting to before is that talking to some professional photographers and people who do videography for a living, everyone said the same thing. Yeah, this camera's good. That's whatever, Don't forget good lighting. You can take a mediocre camera and have knockout photography with the proper lighting. And that was stressed to me by a bunch of people. One person I want to personally thank very much is the Edge Observer. I had went to him because his videos are top notch. By far the best quality knife videos on the internet, hands down. And what a nice guy too. Really, it's an honor to say he's a friend. And if I ever get out of this country and go up to Canada, he's the first person I'm going to go hang out with. But yeah, thank you very much for the guidance and answering a lot of the questions that I had, and again, focusing on lighting and let me know basically how important that is. But anyway, yes, I'm excited. There's some cool stuff ahead for the channel. Definitely going to bump up the quality. I have to work on getting some a new program. I use Pinnacle Studio 14, and it's outdated now. So I think I'm going to have to upgrade maybe to like the newer version. If you have the program, if you have the newest Studio Pinnacle program, I might be very interested in trading for that as well. Because I want to use, I just, with all this new equipment and stuff like that, I want to be able to use a new editing program or editing software that's going to enable me to do everything I want to do. And it's all new stuff, so it's going to take a little bit of time for me to get the hang of it and stuff, but you guys will see the progression, and hopefully you'll enjoy the improvement in overall quality. Probably doing the same type videos I've always done, plus I have a lot of ideas, especially for winter coming and even fall. I have so many different varieties. Sometimes it's hard to focus on, like, what am I going to do this week, or I have all these ideas. Excuse me. Oh. Whew, so congested too. Anyway, I have all these ideas and stuff, and I really find it hard to find the time. That's the one thing. If you get into making videos, a lot of people, the biggest problem a lot of people have on YouTube is I ran out of ideas. I don't have any more ideas. I filmed all the knives I have and showed all the crap I own, and now what? That's not my problem. I constantly have a flow of products that I can review because I'm constantly trading, buying, selling, bartering. It's a constant flow. I'm always backed up with stuff to show. My problem is time. I have more ideas. I can probably give 50 people video ideas every single day for their channels and still have ideas left. I have no shortage of ideas. I just have a shortage of time to film. And what you guys don't get to see if you don't make videos is all the editing. Excuse me. Something as simple as, okay, you film something. First of all, you have to set it all up, right? Set it all up, and then you film it. And then, okay, so now what? Now it's put on YouTube. Now you got to either take your SD card or your cable, whatever, get those video clips onto your computer. When that process is done, You have to put it into your editing software. You do your editing, even if it's something simple as like a lot of my videos are just fade in, fade out at the end. You know, I don't have crazy effects and stuff like that. Very straightforward videos, but that takes time, right? I finally got a new mouse and keyboard. My mouse blew. It was dying on me. It wouldn't let me like click and drag anything. So editing was a nightmare the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I finally got a kit. The Logitech is great. $39.99. Awesome wireless mouse and keyboard. Can't beat it. Got it at Best Buy. But anyway, yeah, that was killing me. Then once you have it all edited, you have to process that video. So now I have a new video, put it in the right file, go to YouTube, make sure it's proper thing. People ask me all the time, what's the best format? I always use MP4. Just find it to be the easiest. I recently, because I knew I was getting all this equipment and I was going to be doing better quality videos, I completely got rid of my cable. So I don't have no television anymore because I wanted to upgrade my internet connection. My internet connection, I mean, I'm out in the woods. It sucks. The highest one here still sucks. So I had to basically upgrade to a less sucky one for way more money. So I'm trying to do all these changes, and the end result, the end goal here is just a better quality video overall. Sound is very important. Oh, that's the other thing too. If you guys have suggestions, the DSLR, the Nikon D3300, wonderful camera, but I think like all DSLRs, you need an external mic. If you guys want to throw a suggestion down to me as a good, like just overhead mic for that camera, because I want the sound quality to be equally as awesome as the video quality. Another hurdle to get over, of course, is limitations on video length. I think at the highest on there, it's 1080p at 60 frames a second, which right now is too much for my editing software. The Pinnacle Studio 14, it craps out on me, so I need to upgrade just to be able to do that. But at that, I think it's like 10 or 15-minute video clips, and then it shuts off. And some of my videos are obviously longer than that. I'm at, Jesus, 32 minutes. I should shut up soon. Let you live the rest of your life without my video. Some people, it's unfortunate because I know a lot of people go, ooh, I'd like to watch this video. 32 minutes, man. I got stuff to do. I got a life. Can't sit here for 32 minutes. If you're listening right now, thank you, because you did stick in there for 32 minutes. But anyway, yeah, the limitations on that, it's another thing. I think I get 20-minute intervals of clips if I do 1080p at 30 frames a second or something. But anyway, yeah, so I'm very much in the market for a external mic that's going to enhance the sound quality and match the video quality, basically. So it might be a little bit before you start seeing those videos, simply because of the fact that I want everything to be good altogether. I don't really want to start those videos and have the bad sound quality, or it's not bad sound quality so much as that it is bad sound quality, but I've noticed that when I take those videos and testing it and stuff, awesome quality, but you have to turn the volume like way up to hear me, and that's not cool. I want that volume to be adjusted properly and everything else. So always open to information. I teach a lot to you guys, and I learn a lot from you guys. Every time I talk about something, there's other people out there that are much more qualified than myself in any subject. They just don't happen to make YouTube videos, But I'm always open to learning about, especially technology. Love technology, love photography, don't know a whole lot about it. You think after, 4, 5, 6 years on YouTube making videos, I learned something, but there's just a lot to learn. And I have so many hobbies. But anyway, having some fun with the camera, though. I probably will do a slideshow video in the near future showing you some of the shots I've been taking with this thing. Absolutely love taking nature shots with this camera. It's been such a pleasure. It's just really calming and relaxing. It's a pleasure. That's the best way to describe it. It's a hobby on its own, just to go out on a nice day and shoot some cool photos. So I'll do a slideshow video, and you get an idea of maybe the picture quality too if you're in the market for one of these cameras. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Like I said, I want to talk about Eric Frein, whatever the hell his name is. I hope he just, if his end goal is to just attack the cop, just do it. Just do it. Kill yourself, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to, outpower you and you're going to be killed. Just do it already. Stop playing around. It's just a weird state to live in. And I don't mean Pennsylvania is a weird state to live in. It's just what's going on. The state of our living at this moment is on edge. It was like, I remember when the snipers. It was the black guy and the kid in the trunk that was picking people off at the gas stations. God, that was really. Uh, it's terrorism. That's what it is. It's domestic terrorism. I remember getting gas on my dad when that was going on, and him literally standing behind a pole. Here's the gas pumping the car, and just kind of like standing behind that steel pole and really looking around. And I just remember feeling so uneasy. I'm like this is horrible. You can't leave your house wondering if someone's going to pop out and kill you. And that was really crazy when they found out it was a black guy, because white people do crazy crap like that. That's a weird statement. Every race does crazy things, but like white people are some of the weirdest people on the planet. I could say that because I'm a white guy. So you're allowed to make fun of your own race. That's how it works, I guess. But yeah, white people do weird stuff. Like we eat people, and we keep people in cages in our basement. And it was just unexpected that it was a black guy and a black kid. It was unfortunately brainwashed. But that's a friggin' whole different video. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate your time. I love the fact that you guys love these videos where I'm just kind of vlogging and talking about stuff. I will do some more story times in the future, telling old stories. But talking about current events and stuff it's good too for me, because it's kind of therapeutic. Like with a situation like this, it's stressful. It is stressful. I'm not hearing about some story out in Kentucky that doesn't affect me. I'm talking about something that, this lunatic can jump out of my backyard, and want, stuff in my house to keep living, any kind of goods he needs. I'm sure he's starving. I couldn't possibly have. Oh, actually, you know what? I was going to say he's probably starving in the woods, but if he planned this the way he did, I'm sure he has stashes of food all over the woods, so I'm sure that's not an issue. But anyway, I'm just kind of blabbing because I'm thinking about stuff as I'm talking. So I'll let you go, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you enjoy what other YouTube video you're going to click on after this. YouTube is an awesome place, isn't it? 2 thumbs up for the tube. I love it here. It's very entertaining. But hope everyone out there who's sick gets better. Thank you if you say that. It's hard to reply to everyone, but if you say, hey, Jeff, hope you feel better. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I hope I feel better soon, too. And hopefully things die down a little bit. Like I said, been so busy lately. It's hard to focus or put all my attention to one specific thing. So hopefully that dies down and gets a little calmer, and I can focus more on a lot of more of the intense videos I want to make, the more detailed videos and lengthier videos, stuff like that. But stay tuned. More storytime videos coming your way. And other stuff. Never know what kind of videos I'm going to make. By the way, I didn't mention all video, but I did shave my mustache. And it's funny because I just realized today, here's the deal. It was getting like wild. And what I wanted to do was I was growing out the sides and I had it twisted up and it looked kind of like French conquistador kind of thing. And I kind of want to do like a little bit of a, handlebar mustache, kind of classy, old-timey. Wasn't working out. Looked like crap. Let's be honest. Looked like crap. So, shaved it. And it's funny because immediately after I shaved it, I realized, man, I look like Ted Barris now. Then I realized I look like Ted Barris before Ted Barris looked like Ted Barris. That's right. I had that look first, Ted. No, but you pull it off. And congratulations, man. Every video you put up, you're looking better and better. Just losing weight, looking good. I like the new glasses, by the way. Now I'm making a personal video for Ted Barris. It's on my mind now. But anyway, I'm going to keep growing this thing out. I got some awesome beard products. If you have a beard, stay tuned because I'm going to talk about some stuff like that. Got a beard brush, and just because I shaved this and I have a mustache doesn't mean I'm not taking care of my beard. Still have this. I'm going to grow this out until I hit my goals. So I'm keeping that part of it original. I won't shave this. I'll have to tidy it up a little bit. It's getting a little wild. But anyway, now I am officially babbling. That's right. I'm officially babbling. So I'm going to cut it here. Thanks for watching. Really hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you soon. Take care.